Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Omega and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be breaking down the full official patch notes for Season 10. So first, starting with a couple quality of life updates, a new badge was added for win streaks in Battle Royale. So you can unlock this badge by either winning 2, 3, 4, or 5 Battle Royale games in a row. The badge does look pretty cool, but let me know down in the comments how many Battle Royale games you guys have actually won in a row. I think for me, my most has been like 3, maybe 4. I don't think I've won 4 in a row. So this is going to be a tough badge, but it's definitely going to be another cool thing to grind for. They also added a hold on response to enemy pings, just another way to communicate with your teammates. I don't know if this is just going to be another way to tell your teammates to shut up when they're overly pinging, or if someone's pushing and you want to tell them to kind of like stay back and not rush the enemies. So I guess it could be used in a couple different ways depending on your situation. There are also distinct sound effects added to the gold backpacks revive, saying that this gives additional feedback when players are close to but not in line of sight of revives. The Apex pack open button was actually updated to show you how many packs of each type that you have available. So basically it'll tell you how many legendary packs, how many epic packs, and how many common packs that you have. And apparently in this stock picture, this guy has 74 legendary packs that he's just chilling with. Definitely not realistic at all, but you know, you guys kind of get the idea. But now moving over to the legend meta, obviously we talked about a lot of these changes before. I mainly just want to focus on the developer comments on why these specific people were buffed. So as you guys know, Fuse is going to be getting a buff starting tomorrow. Enemies caught inside the Ring of Fire from his ultimate are now going to be revealed to Fuse's team. The Knuckle Cluster tactical explosion is now going to last twice as long, and his Grenadier passive can actually now be toggled on and off to throw ordnance normally. In the comments, they say Fuse continues to struggle. We identified 2 opportunities to help him that weren't just give him more damage. We believe Apex is a gun game first and foremost, and therefore we want to make sure we don't put too much damage into character abilities. The first opportunity was with his tactical. While meant as a persistent area of denial tool, it currently does not last long enough to seriously inconvenience an enemy. We doubled the duration so you can now place one at a door and be reasonably sure no one's coming through that door for a little while. Secondly, his ultimate often didn't give his team an advantage. Sure, you may catch enemies within it, but the flames made it impossible for you to step inside, and you couldn't see the enemies you trapped either because the flames were in the way. We explored a few ways to deal with this, but ended up going for the most straightforward answer. You get enemy outlines as long as they stay inside the Ring of Fire. Now, Horizon's going to be getting a slight nerf to her ultimate, where they reduced the slow after the initial black hole pull. I don't know how big or how little that's going to be, but it's a slight nerf there. They also bumped Horizon's gravity lift up speed to a happy medium between 9.1 and Legacy update launch value. So it's not going to be what she was when she first released. It's also not going to be what it was, when she was nerfed super hard. It's going to be somewhere in the middle. And the dev comment here says that there's no doubt the nerfs Horizon received with the Legacy update were necessary. But given the benefit of time and hindsight, we decided we probably hit the speed of her tactical too hard. Instead of completely reverting that part of the nerf, we found a happy medium between how fast her gravity lift operated at release and how slow it was after the nerf. And with Revenant, as you guys know, there's now a visual and audio cue when Death Totem protection is about to end, which can be seen and heard by other players. They also added a brief slow after being recalled to the Death Totem. And honestly, man, I play Revenant a lot. I don't really think this is a huge change. He's already gotten some really good changes in Season 9, so I really don't think this is going to hurt him too much. Now with Caustic, as you guys know, his gas damage is now going to start at 5, and it's going to increase by 1 every other tick indefinitely, meaning it can just keep going up and up if you stay inside his gas, but obviously you're going to die eventually because you won't be able to just sit there and heal and basically avoid all of the damage. His cooldown on his tactical has actually been reduced from 25 seconds to 20 seconds, and his ultimate cooldown has also been reduced from 3.5 minutes to 3 minutes. However, the duration of his ultimate was reduced from 20 seconds to 15. In the developer comments, they basically said that we're now convinced that the nerf that dropped his gas damage to a flat 5 damage went too far. When you can sit in gas and take a syringe or 2 and be fine, gas is not a scary enough deterrent. So we switched back to a scaling model. This time we decided to let the damage scale a little more slowly. Damage is uncapped at the top here, but really that's very theoretical. Enemies will generally be dead around the time the gas reaches 11 damage per tick. The desired effect here is to make enemies feel a great urgency to leave the gas as soon as possible. And they also added that the reason they reduced the duration of his ultimate was basically just for late game fights. They didn't want Caustic once again, dominating those small circles where you're just getting indefinitely damaged by his gas, especially with these new changes. Like, I don't disagree with that whatsoever, but yeah, let me know down in the comments below, or if you guys are watching this when the new season is live, what you guys think of these legend changes. And we also have some more info on the boosted loader hop-up. This is going to be a brand new one coming in Season 10. It says reloading near empty, but not at 0, increases reload speed and overloads the next magazine with extra rounds, which will apply to the Hemlok as well as the Wingman. So having some extra rounds I think is going to be really powerful. I'm not a huge fan of the Hemlok, but I really do like using the Wingman, so I think it's going to be a little bit better on that weapon, but I could be wrong. In terms of the fully kitted gold weapons, we're going to have the Peacekeeper, the RE45, the Flatline, the new Rampage LMG, as well as the Charge Rifle. Now, I know I saw some people asking about this specific change that was in kind of like the pre-release patch notes. So it says reload speed increase associated with magazines has been moved to the equivalent stock rarity tier. And the dev comment here is saying magazines are the most potent source of lootable power for most weapons, and that largely comes in the form of ammo capacity. In addition to capacity, they were also offering increased reload speed. We've moved the reload speed buff to stocks to help increase the value of stocks and spread out our meaningful modifiers across our attachment. And honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed that I didn't know that that even existed, but you live and you learn, man. So I guess that the reload speed is now going to take effect based on what kind of stock you have rather than what rarity of magazine you have. We have some more changes for weapon stocks in general, saying all stocks now offer increased reload speed. Marksman weapons, which include the 30-30 repeater, the G7 Scout, and the triple take, now take sniper stocks instead of tactical stocks. Sniper stocks on marksman weapons will offer increased stability and sway reduction with slightly reduced handling bonuses. And as you guys know, we have some interesting changes to the LStar. It's now going to take some extended energy magazines. It's also going to take barrels for recoil reduction. Also, the projectile visual effects scale is going to be reduced by roughly half, which is going to make it a lot easier to actually see where you're firing. First person on hit impact effect intensity was reduced. I'm not really 100% sure what that means. And they also increased the hipfire spread. And in the developer comment, they said the LStar has undergone a few changes in Emergence. We've attempted to improve the looting experience and extend the LStar's power into the later phases of the game. In addition to these attachment additions, the LStar is also seeing some visual effect changes for combat readability. And we also have another interesting change here for just all light machine guns in general. It says reduce the headshot multiplier for all LMGs from 2.0 to 1.75, and they also increased the limb shot multiplier for all LMGs from 0.75 to 0.85. And we also have a change for just all pistols in the game, saying it has reduced handling time for all pistols by about 10%, and this includes the raise, holster, and zoom in and out time. Now, as you guys also know, the Prowler is going to come as ground loot in the next season. Basically, that the only two changes that they're making is, first off, they increase the time between the bursts from 0.2 to 0.24, so you're not going to be able to fire as rapidly when using the burst setting. And don't even think about trying this weapon full auto, because select fire hop-up has been removed in Season 10, so you're only going to be able to fire the Prowler in its burst mode. Now, the Spitfire, as you guys know, is going to be in the care package. It's actually going to be very strong as a care package weapon, so the damage was increased from 18 to 19. The hipfire spread was changed back to what it was in the Season 8 pre-nerf values, and purple magazine size has been increased from 50 to 55, man. I'm just really hoping that no one takes the Spitfire, or at least it's a very rare weapon to get from the care package, but we'll just have to wait and see. The Alternator, again, is going to be another weapon going in the care package. And as you guys know, the Alternator is going to be the only weapon that can actually have disruptor rounds already equipped onto it. So this is actually going to increase the shield damage by 40%. So that's going to be massive, especially when you're going against people who already have red Evo armor. Later in the game, I think the Alternator is going to be a really good weapon to pick up. And like I mentioned before, disruptor rounds can only be found on Alternators from the supply drops. Also, the 30-30 has been buffed a little bit. They said we're buffing the 30-30's bonus to reload speed from stocks to help alleviate one of the sharper pain points when running this heavy rifle. The EVA 8 also had a significantly reduced bolt fire rate scaling for each rarity tier, but the base fire rate for the weapon has remained unchanged. And obviously with this patch, we're also going to be getting a ton of bug fixes. I'm not going to be going over all of these, but a few that just stood out to me was one for Mirage. So they addressed an issue where Mirage's invisible revive wouldn't fully cloak teammates when certain skins were being worn. Lauren. Also, they fixed a bug with Horizon where sometimes where she would use her ultimate, it would just disappear. That shouldn't happen in Season 10. But again, there's a ton of other like little bug fixes that I'm not really going to go into. If you guys want to go and check them out for yourself, I'll leave a link to these patch notes down in the description. But yeah, that basically concludes today's video. There's some other stuff they talked about with like ranked arenas, the Rampage LMG, and other things that we've already gone over in past videos. So not going to really talk about that too much. Probably going to wait till it actually comes out tomorrow. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you did. But yeah, I will see you guys all in the next one. Have a great day. Peace out.